We are here with Amy from Evanescence. Hello.
Hey, how's it going?
First and foremost, I promised you something in our interview. Hold out your hands and close your eyes.
Okay.
This is the mighty Dragon's Egg from Lush. Take a whiff. It is the greatest bath bomb in history.
That smells awesome.
Here's
So
the
good.
best
Thank
part.
you.
It has a molten glitter core.
Awesome. See, you understand the importance of smells.
There
on
would have
the
been
festival
chocolate
tour.
with it, but I ate it.
No,
I'm
I don't want that.
I heard you had a
That's easier to
Godiva
come by.
fetish. Do you
No,
like
that's long gone. I refuse. Yeah.
You say that
who doesn't
now.
love that? Yeah, I say that now. Talk to me at 1 a.m.
Well, now, congratulations are in order because I understand. Did you win the Golden Gods Revolver?
Best vocalist.
Raw!
Yeah.
Did you get a trophy? Some
Yeah.
money?
You know what's funny about it? I took it and wasn't thinking, and then I looked at it later at the hotel room. I was like, holy crap, that's the Stonehenge from Spinal Tap.
No way!
Yeah, it's like the
Fantastic.
little mini Stonehenge.
Was that the voting that was going on Twitter? I follow you on Twitter, and
There
I
was a
wasn't
couple
sure.
of things going on,
Okay.
and that was one of them. Yeah, it was a fan-voted thing, so.
Now, tell me about the other thing, because did you do Austin City Limits?
Yeah, I did.
The Johnny Cash
That was
tribute.
really cool.
Holy cow. What did you do? I haven't seen any video, or what's the...
I know they were filming it. I think they're going
Okay.
to put it on PBS, like, in the fall or something
Oh,
like
great.
that. It's
Okay.
like it was Austin City Limits, but it was just all Johnny Cash, like, covers by a bunch of different artists. Most of the people there were in, the country world, the bluegrass world, and the folk world. Willie Nelson was there. He closed the show. Sheryl Crow, Chris Christopherson, a bunch of people that I'm not normally aligned with. But it was cool because I think Johnny Cash is somebody that everybody loves. I mean, is totally cross genres,
Right.
and, I got up and I sang I'm So Lonesome I Could Cry.
Did you do that with Willie Nelson?
No, I did it with
Okay.
the band. Like, the house band was this awesome group of musicians doing stuff.
I can't even imagine how amazing that
It was really beautiful and simple, and I didn't try to, like, create a piano part and make the whole thing totally. It's not that it wasn't my own, but I was like, let's just do this stripped down and straight and just sing.
Will there be
It's
a
really
CD
cool.
version, or is it just
I don't know
something
what
that's
they're
on
going to do with it.
Austin
They have the rights to do whatever they want with it, but I know it'll be on at least the internet, but
Right.
hopefully TV in a couple months.
Well, congratulations on the new record. It's been
Thanks.
out for a while, and I
Yeah.
wanted to ask you, I heard a great story when you were working on this. I think it was Tim and Terry
Probably.
were in another room working on the guitar parts, and you were over here in another room working on the vocals, and you were reticent to bring it to them because you were afraid they would perceive you were trying to be Janet Jackson?
Oh, that's funny. It's funny how your words come back to you, like, through telephone, and you hear
I
that.
Googled Amy. Find out some stuff.
We had, we wrote this record forever. We had a lot of different writing sessions in each other's homes and in just spots in the middle of nowhere and whatever. And we were writing at my house, and we had 2 studios going. One up in, I've got a little studio upstairs, and one we'd turn the living room into like Studio 2. And they were working on that riff, and I loved it. I was working on another song kind of at the same time, or lyrics to one that we'd worked on, and I came down and, I don't know, when I came up with a vocal melody to What You Want, it's so fun to me.
What you
No, it's
want?
funny to say. Yeah, exactly. It's like I think vocally, I love that dichotomy between the kind of fun, almost poppy vocal hook and the very heavy song. I think that's what makes it interesting for me. Heavy's heavy, but I think it's cool to have a neat combination of everything.
When it first came out, I thought I had seen an interview with you on YouTube or one of the late night shows, I'm not sure which, that you were talking about freedom, that you should do what you want. What was the impetus for this? Were you looking for freedom for yourself, or where were you coming from in the lyrics on that?
Freedom within my own mind, as always. Coming back into this thing, I love this, but when I stepped away in 2007, I didn't know if that was maybe forever.
Were you burned out? What made you
I mean,
okay.
but it's a little more complex than that. I kind of went through feeling like I'm not sure if maybe I've just been doing what everybody wants me to do now. Like, I don't know if this is really me anymore, if I stopped growing in high school somehow because I was forced to just be the chick from Evanescence forever, And I had to step away from it for a minute, chop off my hair, and just be experimental musically.
Cut your hair?
And, yeah, I was like Snow White in the cartoon.
Wow.
It was really cute. I have a picture somewhere.
What did you do with your time off?
I worked on my house. I mean, I'd gotten married while we were still on tour, and we finally got to be normal and be married. I mean, like, worked on the place. I, like, decorated the house myself, did a lot of grocery shopping, cooking for friends, playing acoustic guitars for fun, not for any exploitation whatsoever. I think that was really important to me, too, to see music as an outlet again, not as work. So all that to say, after all that time, and then I guess I started writing and started hearing so many similarities. It's not that our music is the same. I think it's grown tremendously. But so many similarities in myself and the things that I choose and the things that come out of my mouth, that come out of my heart. I'm the same girl. So I didn't feel like I had to abandon the title Evanescence for this record, because I definitely still feel myself in that place at home.
What does the ocean play a role in this? Because there's a liquidity to the music, even on some of the faster stuff. I don't feel pulled down. I just feel free, like I'm
good.
Snorkeling,
That's awesome.
Not snorkeling, but
I love snorkeling.
Scuba diving.
I am a certified diver.
Do you like the beach? Or
I haven't gotten to be there in so long. It's funny because I've just been working on this. I grew up in South Florida, by the water, and something about being by the ocean always makes me feel small and humble and safe, and sort of like the world's a lot bigger than my stupid life and problems. So I don't know. That's grounding and helps me feel not afraid.
Well, tell me about your husband, because from what I understand, he gave you a harp, and that factors in. Was it My Heart Is Broken? That it started on harp, but you're like, I can't take this on the road.
I was listening to the demo of the song the other day when I wrote My Heart Is Broken on the harp, the piano part, and it's so slow. That's why I could do it. It's like da 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 da. It's possible. And then we sped it up so much, and it became sort of like a mid-tempo rock song, instead of so much a ballad like it originally was. That's just some expert shit that I can't do on the harp yet. Maybe someday. But
how did you know? Did you just kind of plug your way through it, or have you taken harp lessons? I mean, that seems like a hard instrument.
So it gave me a little bit of a head start on playing the harp. I mean, they're similar in some ways, but I took lessons. I took lessons for a year.
See, whenever I hear harp, it's like I have to go for the Harpo Marx reference.
Yeah, he's amazing. Yeah, well, I remember when I first started playing, I was like, this is so peaceful. I feel like I'm eating in a Chinese restaurant.
You're like, I should wear wings.
I know.
I'm Victoria's Secret Angel. This is awesome. I'm in my panties
no.
and my wings. That's fabulous. One of my favorite songs on the album is Swimming Home, and I'm really curious. When I listened to the lyrics the first time, I teared up, and it's very emotional, and I'm curious.
So glad.
Where were you coming from on that song?
If I tell you the truth, it'll be the first time I said the real true meaning, but I feel like you're rad, and I can do that. Speaking of the ocean,
yes.
It's sort of like, it's a metaphor, it's about accepting death, in not a negative gothic girl way, in a very accepting kind of like, what, it's part of life, and it's a peaceful kind of bittersweet goodbye. But you ever seen the movie Splash?
Yes.
Okay, sort of also like that. It's like, what, I just realized all this time, like, I'm of the sea, and it's like time for me to go back home, and I love you, and I love this world, but it's time to like go back down to the bottom.
Please, for the love of God, do a video with you as a mermaid.
I know.
You have to. We have this on record. I demand.
How many times my girlfriends and I have joked about making a mermaid video? It's never going to happen. These are stupid pipe
Bunny
dreams.
demand. Bunny demand.
All right. Well, Bunny can demand that with her checkbook as well.
Fine, I will make you a mermaid suit. Next time you come to Dallas, you're going to have
mermaid.
One. Tell me, this is totally off the realm here, but I read somewhere that your very first record was actually a cassette of the California Raisins.
Record?
From
From Peaches. Yeah.
Awesome. Is that on your soundtrack for your life? Give me 5 songs on the soundtrack of Amy Lee's life.
Man in the Mirror by Michael Jackson. I'm thinking back to kid days now, because when I was like 6, 7, that was like my favorite song of all time. That's funny. This is really hard. Totally different. Heart-Shaped Box by Nirvana.
Of course. Your version of that, by the way, brilliant.
You know what? I've heard that from people before, and I barely even remember doing it. I'm going to have to look it up somewhere.
I looked it up, I think, on the anniversary of Kurt's death. I posted it. Yeah, it's
cool.
Beautiful. It's
I'm going to have to check it out. That was
Where
so
is it? I didn't even know you had
It was
done
like
it.
we were in some radio station one day and thought we'd do it, worked it out the night before, and then just played it. I think Ben played it on the acoustic guitar, and I was singing it somewhere, but yeah, I'm going to have to hear that again.
Man in the Mirror.
Okay, sorry. There's so many more. I can't narrow it down to 5.
One more.
Wow. Bjork, Army of Me.
Now, I have to ask you about one more. Massive Attack?
Sure.
Influence on this record?
I mean, always.
Always, okay.
Depeche Mode, Massive Attack, electronic stuff has always been an influence in our music.
I was swooning here earlier because Civil Twilight did Teardrop.
That's my favorite song.
Oh, no, you
they
gotta do
played
Protection. You gotta do
believe
Protection.
I missed it.
No,
Ooh,
yeah, that's my request for
all right.
Amy there.
I'm into it.
You guys have a song on the Avengers Assemble soundtrack? Which song is it?
It's A New Way to Bleed, which is a song that's on our, the deluxe edition of our CD that came out in October.
Cool.
But it's a remix that's in a more electronic vein, so if you like that stuff, you probably like it.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for stopping by.
Thank you for having me again.
And I'll bring you chocolate
I love your
and more
outfit.
Lush.
You're
So
adorable.
awesome. Thank you so
Thanks,
much,
Jessie.
Amy.